barest minimum, and so that's where Nima is covering that event. But Susan is here, and Rachel is also here with us this morning. Hi Susan, good morning.
Good morning, Fumi. Good morning, Rachel. Good morning, HerLens family. How are we doing?
What
I
was
thought
that?
for a minute. I wanted to
Yes,
shout, thank God it's Friday. But I
yeah,
remembered, no, it's Wednesday. I had to pause again.
I saw that. I saw that.
But how are we doing? How are we coping with the rain? It's been raining like back to back. I went to work yesterday in the rain. Coming back, I came back all the way in the rain from Nasarawa to Abuja. And one of the things I don't like is moving about in the rain. But yesterday I didn't have a choice, because if I wheel myself outside and wheel into my house, the tires will be wet and it will stain my house. So I don't like that. But then I didn't have a choice yesterday. It's good to be back here.
It's good to have you. We missed you yesterday. Yesterday we had a great conversation on, spanking your children, the good, the bad, the ugly, whether it's necessary, because it was trending on Twitter and a lot of people were coming out to complain about how they've gone no contact with their family because of this beating issue. It was, and Ibinaba was here. It was quite an insightful conversation. So, hi, Rachel. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Madam Susan. Good morning, Fumi. How are you guys doing?
Good. Okay, we're just going to get into it real quick. Sherry, this social media of a thing, has it become a menace? We always talk about this every now and again, like while social media and technology is a good thing on one hand, on the other hand, have we turned into, I don't know the word for it, because when I saw this video, it was Rachel that sent it to me this morning. I said, waiting be this, because I was so confused. And then I saw the follow-up video and I got even more confused, because who are these child's parents? Where are they from? Like, you allow your 16-year-old, of course, I was already uncomfortable that she was sitting down on this man's leg, whether in the name of content or not. I'm of the opinion that, in fact, I have family members who, when they want to, they greeting my daughter this age, and they want my daughter to, oh, come and give me a hug, and she's like, no, because I'm teaching her autonomy. I'm teaching her to have agency for herself. You don't have to hug a person if you want to hug the person. You don't have to you don't have to, you can greet that one 100%, but anything way past that one, you don't have to hug, you don't have to any all of that. But this 16-year-old sitting down on this man's lap was very, 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 very worrying for me, right? In the name of content. I don't know, and that's why I'm saying, like, the social media has turned everybody crazy now, because everybody wants to turn everything into a content moment. That's on one hand, but this girl has parents. I want to believe that she has parents, and the parents were comfortable, because I saw some of the comments. Somebody said, "Oh, that they've been saying that he does videos with her every now and again." So somebody's daughter, the parent was comfortable enough to allow the daughter go and sit on a man's lap in the name of content. He's feeding her, she's feeding him. Susan, please help me. I don't know. Oh, Susan is left. Rachel, what say you? Because it's too much.
I just have to start with Initially, I saw it yesterday morning because I'm always checking things online. And the man, first of all, according to what he said he's a content creator,
Yeah.
and he's just using it to, like, just post and blow. And that's, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I don't know how to speak the Yoruba. Is it show okay, or what you guys used to say?
Yeah.
That's first of all, initially when she sat down on his lap, I was not even comfortable with it. And multiple people have been reporting his page and like, okay, he's a child molester, he's grooming this girl. This is so wrong. Only for it to now come out. This is so wrong. And the parent or the mother of the child is still even saying this. What type of content are you doing, madam? Why? Just why are you giving children like that? First of all, it was just so uncomfortable for me. And the thing is that when the guy realized that he was getting too much and people were about to report him, then he was not like, oh, it's content, it's content. That cannot be content, honestly. I just feel like it's a very trashy behavior. That's just it.
Well said. It's trashy behavior. Susan, I don't know, because this when I saw it, I was like, huh? Because is it because how much did the guy even give her for this content that she's creating with him? How much? Like 10K,
Looking
20K?
for me. I watched the video. I went to the guy's page, and for me, I want to tell you that that content was cringe-worthy.
Eh, ew.
It was cringe-worthy because there are contents and there are contents. We've said it over and again on her lens that, you know, because of the money people make on social media, they want to trend. They want the clicks, they want the shares. But I'm also happy. I saw Fumi, lots of people on my Facebook. I didn't even go to X because I was too tired yesterday. I saw lots of people tagging Naptip. And let me
Ah,
tell you,
um,
yes, the people on my page, oh, cha 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 cha, my Facebook page, they are tagging Naptip for every video he makes. Even the one he made with the person who says she's the girl's mom and the brother to the uncle's wife. They even tagged Naptip to pick all three of them
hmm,
because they came out to debunk that.
yeah.
For me, there are contents that you can make. What do you hope to achieve? What I was reading was 14 years. I didn't even know of 16. I was reading 14. What was he aiming to achieve by having that girl sit on his lap and calling her my babe? What exactly was that supposed to mean? I had watched videos where the girl brings food to come and serve him. That's to tell you, because I don't just look at one video. The fact that they tagged his page, I went on his page, you know, to scroll through. I needed to know the genesis of this thing. And I would like for Naptip and every other agency to pick him up. When they pick him up, he should go there and give answers. It will serve as a deterrent for people who create rubbish content. There are contents that are not, I mean, everything he was. Did you watch the video where he went shopping with
Oh
the
no,
said girl?
no.
Oh, oh, my dear, that is to tell you how deep. If I mean your matter, I will research you. She was picking things. The both of them were drinking while picking things from a shopping mall. And the voiceover was telling us how his babe, even though she's not used to this lifestyle, how she's the one picking. You see, people should not be jealous of her. You would know when somebody, money, people say money misroad, money see small change. You did not need to be sipping drink within the mall and picking things with her. And you say all of that was content. He has to go and sleep at a correctional center for them to re-strategize his brain. You see all of these things he's doing with the mom and everything. And the mom even confirmed that she's
Yeah.
aware of all of the content, which is why I want Naptip to also pick her up. She's not a very good mom.
Mm-mm.
Because if every mother should release their children that way, then we have a problem. Tomorrow, if this same girl is being harassed, whether sexually or in any other form, what will you say? You are telling the world that you are aware that your daughter sits on his lap and he calls her his babe. That they go out. I mean, I saw another video where the girl came to serve him. He said, come and sit down close to me, my babe.
In my opinion,
And,
sorry to cut you short, but in my opinion, how are we even sure that that's the mom?
Oh,
Because the way
that,
it was just, it's just looking somehow. How are we sure that they didn't bring this girl from a village or something, and they are not lying, and the girl is just keeping, she's just timid, she doesn't even know how to speak.
That's
She's
such a
not even
good.
outspoken.
Rachel, this is exactly why I am much more interested in NAPTIP, and every relevant stakeholder to take up this case.
That's such a
When they
good.
get
Yeah.
there, when they
Yeah.
get there, you are her real mom, you are not her real mom, all of those will be answered there, because all he's doing is, because they are seeing that several people are calling on the Nigerian police, they are calling on NAPTIP and other stakeholders to pick him up. So he's trying by all means. In fact, he was the one telling the girl, kneel down during the apology when they were begging. He did one with the girl before calling the so-called person he's calling her mom and all of that. We need all of them to be picked up. Let those who are saddled with that kind of responsibility be the ones to drill them and get the rightful answers. And it will also serve as a deterrent to other people who do unwholesome content. That is one of the most unwholesome contents I've ever. It's cringe-worthy. Like, I looked at it and I was like, Kilele, what is this? What is this? So you are telling us that content creators should start picking up young little girls and putting on their laps, and you are using her to say she's your babe. Ah, wagba, wati egbani. You would have to answer to those in charge. By the time you sleep there 2-3 days, other people who are planning to do that, or who are even doing that we don't know, all of them will also sit up. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Before we even go ahead, NAPTIP is the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons. So once you hear NAPTIP, just know that, okay, trafficking in persons, because, and I don't know why they're only, okay, yeah, well, NAPTIP seems like the one to tag, because what I was even thinking was, what's their name? The ones for domestic violence, their name has skipped my brain now. But yeah, this, I think they should tag them as well, because them tagging NAPTIP has now sort of validated the question that Rachel just asked now. How are we sure that this person is their child? Because we've seen, or we've talked about it here, parents who adopted somebody from the village and beat the person to death, or remember the one in, was it Enugu or was it Anambra, one of the Igbo states, the little boy, the 10-year-old who was bruised top to bottom. Anybody, they'll say, oh, is my son or not my son? How do we know that this person is actually this? Because if it is my child, it cannot happen. That could never happen. Even the men in my family don't carry. I'm so grateful for the kind of men I have in my family, my brothers, my male friends, because they know that line is there. Because as when the kids were younger, you see them carry them or sit on my lap. But those girls, my daughter and my goddaughters, those girls are getting, like, they are developing before our very eyes, and you begin to see the demarcation, the boundary that even the fathers put in between. My husband is forever shouting to my daughter, go and wear clothes, stop walking up and down, do this, do that, don't you know you're a young girl, you're doing a great. And I'm so glad about it, because I'm now thinking, I don't even remember the last time my daughter sat on my husband's leg, not because she cannot sit down, but as they get older, you begin to put boundaries, in place to protect your girl child. For the boy, that one is still tiny, can be doing anyhow. That one is even his mother's pet, just gumming body anyhow. But I'm still saying, don't touch me, don't touch me there, don't touch that kind of thing. So I'm wondering how everybody who was shooting that content, they were in the room shooting that content, and then the man said, oh, now you're going to sit down on my lap and I'm going to hold you. And nobody in the room said, this content cannot fly. I think that we should revise this content. Maybe she should sit down next to you. Nobody thought about it. Now, some people's argument might be that maybe he's talking about girl-child marriages. Was he though? He wasn't. And this
he was promoting it. He was not even talking against it. He was promoting it. He was saying, I don't even but he was saying something about okay, he does not, this is how he's going to teach her, because she was saying that, oh, his wife made okra soup for him, that kind of thing. So he's going to teach her to like be better. And I'm like, what are you using a 16-year-old to do? That's just basically what I'm saying.
Yes, Susan wanted to say something.
Yes, I was saying that what he was literally doing, which is why I find that content cringeworthy, is that he was promoting child marriage in an era where there's a lot of abuse going on, there's a lot of harassment on the girl child, there's a lot of, I mean, why would you want to promote that for a 16-year-old? 16-year-old. What was he aiming at? We don't want to see such content. We don't want to see. And that also tells you the kind of circle, the level of awareness of people. If he had people who were knowledgeable, they would know that he was going the wrong route. He wanted to trend. Unfortunately for him, he was going to trend in the wrong reasons because, trust me, I cannot wait to hear that he has been picked up. I don't want to know how it's going to happen. I don't know the state where that was even happening. I wish it is a state like um, Lagos, where we have the DSVRT and all of those people. We need him to be picked up. We need that guy to be questioned. And we also need to use him as a scapegoat, as a deterrent to other people who told that part. Social media is supposed to build us, not break us. Social media is supposed to be a place where you come and you take a breath. You are not coming there to, learn what is improper. No, we would not accept that. We would not. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. This is still Women Radio 91.7 FM, the voice of women. This is HerLens, and we're talking about this skit maker. I'm not even going to mention his name so that he doesn't get more coins. Who was carrying a young. Yeah, let's just go to the next one because I cannot deal. Let's move to the next one. I'm trying to look for it. Give me a second. Okay. Last but not the least, you can do well to call us, please, on 07000 or 0800 or 09155 Text us, WhatsApp us on 0703 or 08155 All right. This one, I actually did see this yesterday. This young lady in Abuja who was assaulted by an elderly man who she said he was trying to toast her and then he got violent. What day are we going to go out as women and we're not going to be accosted by men who want to toast us? Because it was in Abuja, Susan, this is your, please go ahead.
For me, okay. So again, gender-based violence is violence that is perpetrated on a person based on their gender. It is only in this part of the world that I find out that when you say no, I mean, once you say no, you become a target. No means no. That is what we say in GBV, in gender space. No means no. I don't want you. It's not, I mean, it's not by force. And this is something we cannot overemphasize this for me. Not just because it's Abuja, it's happening everywhere. I did share my story, where I told a love interest because you reached out to me, you liked me, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you've not seen a woman with disability this beautiful day. When I know that there are many of us overfind the warriors, God know they collect everything. Come off, come off. Yes. As you see, this morning, it's only sunscreen on my face, no single powder with my Vaseline. If I make up, uncle, you go chop me like shawarma, no be said in the talk. So, but for me, the truth is this. Because I said no, the guy had to refer to my disability and call me a cripple, telling me that I should be happy that he's even reaching out to it. Oh, are you kidding me? Amy Susie, you entered the wrong hand. And this happens to so many women. He just had my disability to tie to my own. But on average, the average Nigerian woman is a target one. She says no.
Yep. Yep.
Whether on campus, I mean, we went to school, whether it's on campus, anywhere, you see them, talking in small circles when you are passing, and you become afraid. I remember when I was about to go to, she said, why? Thread the cake. I said, I don't want to look attractive to anybody. Once I go to class, I go to fellowship, I come back to my hostel. So if I do Kiko, nobody will say, no, just go, do your hair, do anything, nothing will happen to you. But this is the society we have grown up to be, find ourselves, where once you say no, people begin to, defame you. I've also seen situations where these men begin to peddle stories that, oh, so many people have slept with you just
Yeah.
because you said no. In my head, I'm wondering why. Why do you go to this extent? It's wrong. No means no. I know, do leave me, go to the next lady. The fact that you are not my spec or you are not my type of person does not mean that the next person might not feel attracted. There's no reason for you to start harassing the person, bullying the person. In some instances, for me, we have also read on this same media where you see the people targeting and pouring acid to disfigure these people. It is all shades of wrong, and we cannot overemphasize this case. I mean, it's happening all over Nigeria, not just in Abuja. You say no, you become a target. Every opportunity, they will not allow it to come your way. No, but that, like, imagine where you turn down a love interest and an opportunity you are seeking will pass his table.
That's it.
I mean,
That's
we
it.
have to be honest. Why do we have to go through so much because we said no?
Yeah.
Does it mean that as a woman, I do not have a choice? I
Yeah.
tell my women with disabilities, especially the one in my mentorship group, I tell them, the fact that you have a disability, it does not mean you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
That mindset is archaic. It's so even 2020s
Yeah.
close, or 1980. What makes you think you don't have a choice? Why? Oh, no, at least he came to me. What does that even mean? What figure of speech is that?
Yeah.
Oh, advising every woman, whether you're a student, for me, whether you're a student, which was why the other day, I don't know, was it on HerLens we're discussing the lecturer that was beating blue black,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
delaying
That was
someone
on Monday.
2 years.
That was on
Right?
Monday. Yes. Yes. Yes.
I
Yes.
mean, just here. And if you know the joy in my belly, it sweets me. No be said and say,
Listen.
every culprit should be held accountable. That is the way forward. But this is us speaking to women. Whether you are listening to us in the rural area, you're a student, you are someone who is facing harassment, even at your workplace. We have also seen bosses who have victimized people just because they turned them down. Years back, when I didn't have a job, someone offered me a job and even was offering me an amount that was higher than all of his staff, if not most of his staff at the time. For me, I turned it down. I didn't turn it down because I liked the way I was sitting idle at home. I turned it down because this person at different instances had made certain comments
Mm-hmm.
that made, when someone they check you indirectly, you already know. We
Yeah.
know these things.
Yeah.
And so for me, I was asking myself if this guy has been making this in because maybe in the look say this woman, a boss woman. If I tell her direct, if he drag me like tiger generator, so make I they do indirect passes at her,
Yeah.
and because of that, he now offered me a job. It was juicy. for me, but I turned it down. I turned it down because how will I be under this love interest finally?
Mm-hmm.
And the kind of job we had to do entails that we travel.
Ah.
Yes, when you are executing projects, you need to travel. So for me, what happens when we have to go on a trip? If Oga knock for my room, say he won't come give me something for our meeting tomorrow, for me, I go lock my boss out. Let's be realistic.
Let's be realistic.
Do not give avenue. I mean, let's be realistic. So I did not want to find myself in a fix. All I did was politely turn it down and ask that I remain a volunteer. Volunteerism was okay for me instead of being a full-time staff, even though it was looking juicy. We have to also find a way not to put ourselves in that tight corner where we are torn between doing this or doing that. And please, our men, our alpha male, we hail you, we salute you,
Mm.
President General among the nations.
Congratulations.
Permit me, permit me to hail you all the hailing because I know that you are the head of the family and all of that. We know that you feel the need to show because of your ego. Eh? Who is she? Who born her? Why should she say no? Does she know my package, brother? Don't be offended. No means no. It's as simple as that. We don't need to drag it too much. No literally means no. And thank you.
Rachel, when you, I'm sure you get toasted by men. I don't know one woman that has never gotten toasted by women. Actually, before I go back to you, Rachel, Susan, for how are you able to help persons with disability? I know you mentioned it, but because like we have to call a spade a spade. Persons with disability are more vulnerable in these kinds of situation. At least you don't have a disability, you can still like maybe punch a person or kick the person or whatever like that. But persons with disability, not just those with wheelchairs, I'm talking those who are is it hearing impaired, they are sight impaired. The list is from here to here. Mentally
Yeah.
impaired. We've even seen women who are mentally is it mentally impaired or mentally unstable, who have mental health issues, that's the right way, who have mental health issues, also be victim to these kinds of things. How are you able to, what's the plan for them to be able to fight off these very, very badly behaved men?
For me, I would not lie to you, as someone who has mentored a whole lot of women with disability, it's tough. And I raised it here because I mean we're having a holistic conversation that
Yeah.
leaves no one behind. The truth of the matter is some women with disabilities are also battling with low self-esteem. So they find it quite difficult to turn off some of these people because some of the people who abuse you or do some of these things are even the people who support you. Some are your caregivers. Some are maybe the boyfriend you have, the partner, even partners who are married to women and men with disabilities also abuse them for me. It will interest you to know that just because they feel
Interesting.
like doing that person a favor. And we keep encouraging our people. That this is one of the things, but sometimes they feel that me, I'm just hyperactive. I'm not hyperactive. But for me, I have come out of so many pains from within and from without. I don't want to spell it out. But when I say from within and without, it means both internally and externally. Have experienced most of these forms of abuse. One of the things I would tell any woman with a disability, or even mothers of children, because we also know that there are children with intellectual disabilities who cannot defend themselves. They rely on their caregivers, their parents. Stand for your children. Don't allow anyone put your child down for even if your child is non-verbal. Even if your child is non-verbal,
Yeah.
stand for your child and speak up because you are the voice of that child. The disability clusters are so many, but we have our support systems, we have our different, we have network of women with disability, which is strictly for women. We have different support groups. And on these groups, if you reach out anonymously or you decide to reach out to someone you trust, we would be able to tell you who will be able to refer you. We have FIDA, we have so many other organizations that support access to justice. And this is why we have always said that when you are looking for access to justice, it's also important that we create what I call um, um, shelters that accommodate even persons with disability. Because imagine where your abuser is that person who is accommodating you. If you report and where you go sleep, if you report and what will you eat? Some of these things are the reasons why people keep quiet, they don't speak. We continue to encourage them, both those who are lettered, those who are not very lettered. Everyone needs to speak out once there are issues of
Yeah.
violence. If the
Yeah.
person is touch you in an inappropriate way, for me, some of us, like women, I can stand, move into a car. Some women, they need someone to carry them. And so that way, the person is forming carrying, but it's touching you inappropriately. For me, we also keep encouraging them to be able to differentiate
Okay.
from when someone is actually helping you and when that person is abusing you. Because emotionally, it makes you feel worthless. You feel, if not for this condition, this person would not have access to me. This person will not be doing this or doing that. So it's important that we continue to support each other. Reach
Mhm.
out. If you can't speak yourself, reach out to people who can speak on your behalf. Parents, always stand up for your children and even watch the caregivers you put around your children. Some
Mhm.
of them are abusers. I am talking from experience. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Rachel, what about you? I'm sure you, like I said, you've been toasted. What, like, have you ever had any violent, aggressive experience with men? What did you do? If it's not you personally, maybe you have people that has happened to. What's the way forward?
Okay, for someone who have actually like 2 times experienced something like this, which is extremely shocking when it happens to you, I would say issues like this are not just as simple as one says or one thinks it is. I think it has to do with everything about how we handle rejection. I think there's a dilemma out there with people who do not know how to handle rejection. No nice way
Hmm.
to say no. No matter how you say no, it's going to come out as no. People do not take no. I've been in a very tight situation where I was almost, I don't even want to use the word this, like, well, like it was
Yeah, I
like
get you. You don't have to use it. Don't worry.